If you had to choose one person to trust with your future, would you choose someone because of their position or because of their proven character? Who deserves the greater honor? The person born into privilege or the person who faithfully earns trust? Have you ever known someone with no title, no status, whom everyone seems to respect because of their character? If you were the master in this picture, which man would you choose to lead your household, and why? The translation in Hebrews for this verse is, "A wise servant will rule over a son who brings shame and will share the inheritance among the brothers." Now, a faithful servant carefully tending his master's vineyard. He works diligently, greets others with kindness, and he cares about himself with humility. The master watches him with trust and appreciation. Remember, God often lifts those who faithfully serve, while privileged, without character, eventually loses his honor. So what would you do? Imagine two employees working on the same day. One arrives early, learns quickly, treats everyone with respect, and quietly becomes someone the entire company depends on. The other believes his position is guaranteed because, well, his father owns the business. He arrives late, avoids responsibility, and expects special treatment. After several years, who should be entrusted with the greater responsibility? Would you choose the family status or proven character? Is respect earned by the family you're born into or by the character you choose to live each day? King Solomon was reminding us that character outweighs position. Now, back in biblical times, a servant normally held no claim to leadership or inheritance. Yet King Solomon presents a surprising truth here. A servant who demonstrates wisdom and faithfulness may be entrusted with responsibility that even the son can lose through shame or shameful behavior. Now, there's a Hebrew word, meskil, which means one who acts wisely with understanding, insight, and skill. Wisdom in this proverb is more than intelligence. It's living God's truth faithfully in every day of life. There's another word, mivish, bringing shame and disgrace or dishonor. King Solomon's not describing someone who's simply making a mistake. He's speaking of someone who continually chooses to bring embarrassment to the family. Now, this proverb teaches a powerful principle. God rewards faithfulness more than favoritism. Throughout Scripture, you'll find that God repeatedly chooses people because of their hearts rather than their position. A person's background may open a door, but only character allows them to remain trusted. Whether we are employees or parents, leaders, volunteers, or friends, wisdom, humility, and dependability build a reputation that others would gladly follow. Now, there's a story of an elderly carpenter. Worked for the same builder for over 40 years. He was never the loudest worker, never demanded attention, never sought recognition, yet every home he built reflected excellence because he worked as if God himself would inspect it. When the owner retired, many assumed his son would naturally lead the company. But instead, the owner placed the faithful carpenter in charge of training the next generation. And the reason was simple. The man said, "My son inherited my name, but you earned my trust." This is the kind of wisdom Solomon is describing. Now, there's benefits of living this type of wisdom. When we're faithful and we serve, trust grows naturally. Others seek our advice. Opportunities increase. Leadership follows proven character. Families and workplace become stronger. God is honored throughout our integrity. Now, there's problems when we ignore this wisdom. When people depend only on privilege, respect fails or fades, trust is lost, relationships suffer, opportunities just seem to disappear, family experiences are just disappointments, and positions may be kept for a time, but honor is not. Character cannot be inherited. It must be cultivated. You remember the man Confucius? He said, "The superior man is modest in his speech, but excellent in his actions." Now, this reminds us that true honor comes from faithful living rather than empty titles. Now, there's a young employee proudly told his boss, "You know who my father is?" And the boss smiled and he replied, "Yes, I do. But today, I'm trying to find out who you are." God is far more interested in our character than our connections. Here's a challenge for you for today. Today, serve faithfully in one task that no one may ever notice. Do it with excellence, integrity, gratitude, remembering that God sees every act of faithful service. Now, let me leave you with this closing thought. Faithfulness has a way of opening doors that status alone can never do. As you read Proverbs 17:2 today, ask God to shape your character so that your life earns trust, reflect, wisdom, and brings honor wherever He places you. Live with the wisdom of Proverbs. Now, this verse will be on the screen. Read it out loud if you can. Have a great day.